So tell us a bit about yourself. Who are you? What do you do? And how did you start?
So my name is Garfield Harry. Harry's the last name. Right now I'm an arts administrator at Brooklyn Waterfront Artists Coalition. I just recently, as in 2020, tried to embrace something more creative. I was always creative, as a kid, but I was brought up, to try to be practical, So I wanted to be an artist, but I don't want to be a starving artist. So I went into finance and advertising. I did a whole bunch of things where I tried to capture some of the creative part of what I was feeling, and try to find a way to make money from it, like advertising. It wasn't until about 10 years ago, more than 10 years ago actually, I was looking at something on HGTV. There was a series called Radical Sabbatical, and they were talking, I know it's crazy, right? But it focused on people that made like this huge change in their lives. Like they stopped and they realized, you know what, this is what I'm good at, this is what I want to do, and we're going to find a way to do it. And at that point I started thinking about how I could start taking art a little bit more seriously, not have it be something I do on the weekends. It's been a long journey. That's how I actually discovered BWAC, doing that, because I found a place actually, where I can show my art. In 2020, when the whole pandemic happened, I decided to take a plunge, just, be an artist. I left my job. At that time I was working at JetBlue. Like, I'm just gonna try to be an artist. And ever since, I've been trying to build up my bona fides as an artist. I didn't study it. I studied art, studio art, as a minor in college. So I haven't had any kind of formal training, so this is scary.
So tell us a little bit about these pieces.
So this is actually new, somewhat new technique for me. They're double exposures, and what the effect that I was trying to capture is when you're looking at an image through like a window or like a glass door, there's usually a reflection and then the image. And those superimposed images together, form something kind of nice. So, that's why I did with this and this. This right here, despite the color, was not planned. So, like, my process sometimes is going to be more about discovery than it is creation, because the flowers was part of the first roll. And then what I did, I've got a retriever. So I retrieved the film, pulled it back out, and I just went out and I shot over that to create that double shot. And I just happened to find a white car with gold rims. And when I saw this, I'm just like this right here, I love that. I would like to say I planned it, but I didn't. This I planned because it was in the same area. I went back to the same area, and I was able to capture this. But this right here, this is one of my favorites because I didn't plan it, because it was like a little happy surprise.
So I know Garfield does a lot of work. He's got some on the table as well, but for talking about it from the viewer's perspective, how do you want a viewer to see this work?
I would like people to look and wonder. What I've done most of my life in trying to be practical is, especially when I was a photographer, I was taking shots that were kind of expected. I love landscape, so I do a lot of landscape, so this right here is a little bit different. Instead of seeing what's expected, I want people to look and have a question, like, okay, what was he thinking, or what is that? So I think I want to challenge the viewer.
Nice. What's the one thing you'd like to achieve as an artist this year?
Some sort of balance with my art, because I'm trying to find myself as an artist, and I'm trying to find my voice. Like I said, this is new, and this is part of me experimenting, trying to figure out and allow the art to lead me, because I found when I have an idea of what I want to produce and I start working on it, it goes a little bit different, and I'm learning to follow it. So instead of pushing, because that's where I came from, you know, it's corporate, you do this, you do that, you relax, and then you let the art lead you. So hopefully this year I can learn to listen more to the stuff I'm creating.
Nice, very nice, thank you.